Hello everyone, welcome to this Sims 4 house design video. So I'm here in The Sims 4, it's actually the first Sims 4 video of 2019 for me, and I don't know, I just felt like trying out The Sims 4 again. I know this comes like right after my previous video, which was the Sims 3's 10th anniversary video where I talked a little bit about the things that I dislike about The Sims 4, so I'm not going to make this a complaining video, but as you can see, I'm working on what I'm calling an urban townhouse. I kind of wanted this to look like it's in a city. Now, the world that The Sims 4 has that's kind of city-like is San Myshuno, which came with City Living. And the issue I had with kind of trying to work out a lot for this build in that world is that most of the lots in that world are apartment building lots. Like, you can't build your own apartment building. It's just the preset apartment. So that wouldn't really work. And like the two lots they did have that I could build on just weren't really the right shape or location. Like, they were kind of square lots, and they were, just too, like, in just not the right spot, if that makes sense. Like, they were waterfront lots, and they were very far apart from any other building, and it just didn't really work right. So I'm here in New Crest, and I'm building this house on this kind of more narrow lot. It still could do with being narrower, but it's okay. It kind of looks like a lot for a townhouse, and the reason I felt okay calling this an urban townhouse is even though you can't see it right now, right across the street is like a bunch of buildings. It's kind of like a little town center, and in the distance, like the set dressing in the background, it kind of has these skyscrapers and kind of office buildings. So we can just imagine that this is, you actually can kind of see one of the buildings there briefly. But yeah, you can imagine this is more of like an urban sort of area, kind of. So that was the idea. Now, this house ends up having 3 floors and 5 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. So yeah, it ends up being quite a large house. I didn't realize it was going to end up being that big, but I guess just once you add 3 floors, it ends up having a lot of space. I also use medium height walls in all the levels because I wanted to have enough space for these windows, but also for like the frieze decorations and stuff, which I've already placed on the first floor, and I'm also going to do that on the 3rd floor as well, so you'll see that. Now, right now I'm just kind of making this kind of bay window sort of thing, and for the most part the house is pretty much just a rectangle. I do add a little bit more of, some detail on the front later on. I think about halfway through I kind of add this little like bump out on the front, but for the most part it stays pretty much a rectangle. It's a pretty simple structure. It's this rectangle. It has like that front porch, it has the back porch, and it has kind of those bay window sections that you can see. And I really wanted on the front the 2nd floor to have taller windows than the 3rd floor, so I had to raise the wall height to fit those in. But anyway, you can see here I'm just putting in some roofs and stuff on these areas. So this one just ends up having a roof, and the one in the back actually ends up becoming a balcony. So I was going to put a roof on it, but it wasn't really going to work because of the way that I made it. So I ended up just making that a balcony instead. So that's actually off of one of the bedrooms. So I also wanted to have this like open kind of entrance area. That didn't work because of just the way the Sims 4 room system works. So I couldn't do it, but it's fine. And here on the 2nd floor we have 2 bedrooms. So the master bedroom and a guest bedroom. Is also the laundry room there, and a couple bathrooms. And on the 3rd floor we have 3 more bedrooms and 2 more bathrooms. And on the 1st floor we have the living room, dining room, kitchen, half bathroom, and then we're going to have just a kind of a bonus room. There isn't an office in this house, so that is something I should have probably thought about. I guess one of the bedrooms in the 3rd floor could be an office, so your Sims can have a computer, because I did not put a computer in this house. I didn't realize that until I finished it, so that could be pretty easily remedied, though. Of course, you can download this house. It's on the Sims 4 gallery, so not too difficult for you to go in there and change it up a bit if you want. So here I'm just adding in a little bit of a back balcony, or porch rather. Bit of a back porch there, so putting on the roof, and also going to do just some molding there around the top on the frieze, and some more windows. So just windows everywhere. and also a little door so your Sims can get to the back porch there, or the back balcony. I keep mixing up the words porch and balcony. Anyway, more windows, lots of windows, as you can probably tell. Just getting those in around the house and fixing up these rooms because the roof was coming through for whatever reason. And yeah. So anyway, you can see I raised the house up on like a hill at the very beginning of the video, and I'm just smoothing that out. But I kind of wanted to do a little bit of something with the terrain. I didn't want to just have a completely flat lot, so I thought it'd be kind of interesting to raise it up a little bit, so there's like a lot more steps kind of going up to the house. And here I'm going to start with the exterior colors. So it's mostly white. I do some white stucco along the top, and then I'm going to go with some white kind of like shingles for the second floor, and then the first floor will be bricks. So yeah, that's pretty much what the colors are for the house. So you can see here just putting in the shingles, which kind of covers most of it, and then I have some bricks there in the front, and that will kind of carry over to the side just a bit because I had that weird extra bit of kind of molding there, so you know, I kind of had to do that. But anyway, I do put some trees down here initially, but I will come back and finish the landscaping at the end. So yeah, I don't leave it like that, but you know, just for now. And here I change out that back door. So yeah, just a few more things around the outside before we kind of move to the interior here. So I'm putting in some archways and some doors and stuff just kind of around the house here. So making sure we have all of those in place, and also getting in some railings and stuff for, you know, everything in the house. So recoloring them to white because I thought that kind of worked a little bit better. And yeah, I'm going to move on, hopefully. Oh yeah, so closets. So we're doing some closets. So we're putting those in all the rooms. So just something I like to do because I think it kind of helps make the house feel a lot more realistic to have, you know, closets, because real houses have closets. So I like to put those in. And yeah, just putting in some beds to get a sense of the scale of those rooms. And here on the first floor, I'm putting in the flooring. So I kind of have this decorative parquet around the outside, and then I use just some more normal wood on the inside. So I kind of do that for some of the nicer rooms, or most of the rooms. I think it kind of looks nicer than just kind of, you know, doing it just with plain wood. And also for the upstairs bedroom, just doing some carpeting there. And here I'm going to put some ivy on the outside of the house. So it kind of like crawls up the side there and also wraps around to the front. I thought that kind of made it look a little bit more interesting as opposed to just having, you know, plain walls. And I also put in some drainage pipes there, some, whatever you call those things, the just drains, I guess, or gutters. Well, that's not the gutters, but it's the drains for the gutters if the house had those. And yeah, here I'm putting in the back door, so finding a door that would be suitable. Just looking through all the options. There's the back door, and also putting in some tile there for the kitchen and for the bathrooms. So just kind of getting the various floorings in place. So I think we start off with the kitchen here. So the kitchen is pretty large actually, and putting in some various cabinets and stuff. Also going to get in the fridge there and the oven, of course, and some upper cabinets as well. So kind of filling it in, and nice little microwave. And yeah, also for the center, because it felt like, I don't know, it felt like there's kind of too much space in the center. So instead of putting an island, which would have taken up too much space, I kind of put in this side table that's meant to like go against a wall, but I kind of put it in the middle of the room there. So I don't know, I imagine that Sims could put stuff there if they wanted to. In the dining room, I'm going to have this large dining table that seats, I believe, 8 Sims, and putting in these nice chairs. I believe those are from Cats and Dogs. Yeah, I quite like them. They look nice. And also putting in some details on the table there, and also some wallpaper, of course. So putting that in, also removing the molding where like the windows and archways are, because they probably wouldn't have molding there, you know, if this was a real house. And then also putting in some wallpaper for the living room and for the entrance and for that back room and for the hallways and stuff. Just kind of getting in some preliminary stuff, although I feel like I changed living room wallpaper, so we'll see. Also putting in some curtains here, so just kind of getting those into the kitchen there. kitchen to the dining room, and also a nice mirror there on the wall. And I believe I'll put in a few more details, some plants and stuff in the corners on either side of the archway to the kitchen there. And I also put in a little side table near the back as well. So with some storage in there and some stuff in the shelves. I believe that's from laundry day. And yeah, also some sconces on the walls there, just in some of the darker areas of the house. And right now putting a chandelier there in the entranceway. And I believe for the living room I changed the colors up a bit because I didn't want it to be blue. I think I ended up going with, I don't even know how to describe it. I guess we'll see. But just something different. And also have a nice TV there and a couple couches. So one's a love seat, one's a couch. Kind of fills the room. I think originally I was going for a blue, and then I was like, nope. Changing it to kind of more of a beige kind of thing. There's the different walls, as you can see. Yeah, definitely going a different route there. So putting in that couch there, I believe, from Get Together. And yeah, just a nice lamp there, just a coffee table. Looking for a rug there for the dining room and a rug for the living room. And yeah, so the living room's kind of like blue, beige, and kind of like this red-orange kind of color. Or it's like kind of light red. Oh yeah, and here's where I add the bump out. So this is going to kind of just make the front of the house look a little bit more interesting as opposed to just being one giant flat wall. So I thought this would kind of help a little bit. So just adding that in, and I'm also going to put in a little bit of a roof there on top, although I'm not a huge fan of that roof, so I do change it up. And I did have to redo the ivy because it kind of got messed up. And yeah, so I believe that's what I do for that front area. It also makes the bedrooms a little bit larger. It gives a bit more space as well. So yeah, just adjusting for that, adjusting those bedrooms up there, and fixing the wallpaper on the outside of the house. So coming back into the house here, I'm putting radiators in most of the rooms because I imagine this is an older house. So I like the radiators. I think it's kind of a nice detail. So kind of went crazy with it and put it in a lot of the rooms. I think pretty much every room has one. So just doing that. And when I do put in curtains, the curtains kind of do intersect with the radiators, which I realize in real life would be a fire hazard. You don't really want fabric up against a radiator, but it's The Sims. So don't worry about it too much. I know it's not entirely realistic, but it's fine. Nothing will happen. And yeah, just putting some more details in the kitchen and the living room there. I also have to put in some wallpaper for the kitchen. Haven't gotten there yet, but also putting some stuff in the entranceway to the house as well, which is actually pretty large. It's pretty good sized space there. And yeah, putting in some lighting here in the kitchen because there wasn't any yet. And now I'm going to put in some curtains there on just the windows over the sink. And also getting in, or choosing a wallpaper, getting some nice tile in to the kitchen as well, just on the walls there, I think on the lower parts of the walls. So there you go. And also putting in some different tiles, wallpapers in the bathrooms as well, just kind of throughout the house. So just making sure I have all of that in, just going through the various options here, making sure they're all kind of different. I don't want anything to be exactly the same. Kind of boring that way. But anyway, here's the half bathroom on the first floor. So just putting in just some basics, nothing too over the top here, but we just have some simple bathroom things, nice little light there, and getting in some sort of curtain for the window, I believe. Just the same thing from the dining room, and some details. So getting a nice little rug there. I have like the toilet paper and the hand towel, and I think I put something on this wall. Let's see, who knows what it'll be. How exciting. There it is, a painting. And yeah, in the living room, I do a few more things. I think I was going to put a side table there, but I decided against it in the end. Also putting in some plants as well, so just kind of filling in the corners a bit. Oh yeah, I put a bookshelf in. I think that's pretty nice. And oh yeah, of course, some curtains. I was going to go with those curtains, but I decided not to. And I went with these ones, I think, from Cats and Dogs. So yeah, they kind of match the wallpaper too. I like the color of them. And some curtains in the entranceway, also a grandfather clock in the entrance too, isn't that fancy? And some details in the living room, so just putting in a tissue box and some books and stuff, just making it look kind of nice. And also a little side table in the entrance, and yeah, putting some things around. I like that plant too, that's nice. I don't know where it's from, but it looks nice. And also just a runner and another lamp, I think, yep. Yeah, so there you go. And I think the last thing for the first floor is just going to be this bonus room in the back. I didn't really know what to do with this room because, it just kind of was extra space. But I put a chess table in there. I also put in some places to sit. So kind of like a love seat and a couple of chairs, and I also put in a bookshelf as well. So this would be like, kind of like a hangout kind of room. This would actually be a good room to put a computer in if you want to do that in this house. It would work as a good study, actually. I don't know why I didn't make it a study. I guess I wasn't thinking about that. But yeah, this would be a good study as well because it's just a good room for that. And yeah, putting in the chairs there, so just putting those in. And I think I also put in, some plants and a lamp, which is good for reading, I guess. Some more lights and there's a love seat there. So there you go. And moving the lamp. And I think I put in another plant there and probably some artwork on the wall. So there you go. And I think that's the first floor done. So we're going to move on now to the second floor landing. So up here, I didn't put too much in there. This is going to be the master bedroom here that we're looking at right now. So I'm putting in some curtains for that. And you can kind of see like where the curtains kind of touch the radiators. Again, don't worry about it. The master bedroom, it's more blue. So we kind of have those blue curtains already. The bedspread's blue. And I believe the wallpaper is kind of this light gray. And putting in the side tables there. It's a pretty large room, as you can see, quite a bit of space actually. And I was looking for like a nice piece of art to go over the bed. I went with something more modern, which I guess doesn't entirely suit the room or the rest of the furniture, but I think it works okay. And I'm gonna get in some seating as well in here, so kind of just to make it look more luxurious, and also a dresser and a mirror as well, just to have those items. So yep, and also some probably more things on the walls. Yeah, another piece of art there, and a nice rug as well to go under the bed. Looking for the right one. I'll go, I think with a white rug. There you go. And what else? Some plants, I guess. So I'm going to put in that pot and kind of use move objects to put those flowers in it, and also a lamp. And a couple chairs. Yep, a couple chairs there. And I think a side table that I'm going to put between them. And yeah, so some flowers, and I think that's pretty much it for the master bedroom. And we're going to do the master bathroom now, which is kind of in this almost octagonal room. Not quite. It has like that closet from the other bedroom kind of coming into it there, but it's okay. And it's a pretty big bathroom as well. You got double sinks, and you have kind of that old-fashioned tub shower combination, and the curtain goes all the way around, so even though it's in front of the windows, there's still privacy. And also putting in some details here, a little hamper, some towels, some artwork is what I think I'm looking for there. So got a bit of artwork on the wall there, and also some lighting, of course, always good to have. And I believe we'll put in some more things and stuff, like a rug, I guess, on the floor would make sense. And probably, a robe, that's nice. And probably another piece of art, there you go, some butterflies. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the master suite. And we're now going to move on, I believe, to the downstairs bedroom after I do this kind of but this like hallway area. I don't do too much there, just a few things around the place, some lights and stuff. But yeah, actually, we're going to do the laundry room first. I thought we'd move on to the guest bedroom, but I suppose not. So yeah, the laundry room, pretty simple. It's got your washer and dryer, sink in it. It's on the second floor, which is a little bit more unusual, but there wasn't really space for it on the first floor, so I thought, why not have it here? And yeah, just looking for the details and objects that came with the laundry pack. So I'm putting those in here, like the ironing board and kind of like the broom and stuff. And this here is the second floor guest room, so pretty nice. I went for more of like an orange and blue color scheme, which I thought was kind of cool, with some yellow in there, which you'll see with the curtains especially. So it's kind of colorful, but also I feel like sophisticated at the same time. I guess you can be the judge of that, but putting in these side tables here and putting in some lamps as well. I went with these Tiffany lamps, which is kind of nice. And looking for a piece of art there to go over the bed. I think I went with the sunflowers. And for the curtains, yeah, I went with a bold choice for the curtains. I went with this kind of like orange and yellow. There it is. So I put that in, which I thought worked with the walls. So I was like, I guess why not? And also going to put in the dresser there, and also a little mirror over top it. And I think I put in a chair, or no, I don't. I put in these like little ottoman things your Sims can sit on. Why not? And kind of a less colorful rug, just to kind of not make it too busy. And yeah, so I believe that's it for that bedroom, and we'll do this bathroom over here, which is off the hallway. It's a pretty simple bathroom. You got your shower, your sink, and your toilet. And looking for some curtains there for this window, or just some sort of window coverings. I believe I went with the ones that I was going to put in the living room but didn't. And also a nice mirror there, and some details as well. So some hand towels, and a little rug thing on the floor, and some sort of artwork. Yep, there you go. So that's the second floor done. We're going to move on now to the third and final floor, where we have three more bedrooms and 2 more bathrooms. So this is another guest room. This is another blue kind of colored bedroom. And I also go for the same kind of curtains that I did in the master bedroom here, but in a different color. I believe I go with beige, yep. And a couple nightstands there for the bed, some lamps, of course, and a dresser, and a nice mirror over top the dresser. These bedrooms upstairs are also pretty big. I mean, all the rooms in the house are quite large. It's a very spacious house. I feel like probably in real life most townhouses aren't quite this large, but you know, it's just happened that way, I suppose. It just from the outside, it didn't look as big as it actually was on the inside, I guess is kind of the way it worked. But yeah, putting in the furnishings there for that bedroom, and then here for the other bedroom, we kind of have a more beige or more like very soft yellow with some green, and also putting in some side tables, some various furniture. I was going to say furnishings, and then I said change it to furniture, so I went to furniture. But anyway, yeah, some furniture, and also some curtains as well. Kind of like these tan curtains, and some blue lamps there, which I thought was kind of a nice kind of way to pull out the blue in the rug there on the floor. And also a little bookshelf there across from the bed, and a bit of art on the wall there, also pulling out the blues and the greens. And I think I put some mirrors on either side of the bed there. So yep, there you go. And now we're going to move on to the bathroom here, which is just off the hallway. Simple bathroom, tub shower combination. You have your sink and your toilet, and also putting in some various details and stuff in here. Same kind of stuff as the other bathrooms, and a little bit of artwork there. And right next to this bathroom is the ensuite bathroom for this bedroom. So this bedroom strangely has quite a few amenities. It has the balcony and also the ensuite bathroom, but I made it a kid's room because it was smaller than the other 2 bedrooms. So, you know, whatever. But yeah, this ends up being more of a kid's room or a teen's room, whatever you want to make of it. So I kind of put some toys and stuffed animals around. I also put in some posters and stuff, so it's kind of more youthful looking, I suppose. So there's a chair there. And yeah, so just putting in a little chest there, a toy chest, I believe. There's kind of like a stuffed bear. Also some books there on top of the dresser, and like that little red stuffed animal, and also getting in some curtains here as well. I go with some interesting curtains there, I think, from City Living. They kind of match the wall colors. I thought, why not? And now we're going to move on to the ensuite bathroom for this bedroom, which is pretty simple. Just has a sink, toilet, and shower. So putting in the details for this room here. So just doing the curtains and the towels and the toilet paper and all that kind of stuff. Bit of artwork there. And I think that's it for the interior. So we're going to move on now to the outside of the house. So here's where I changed that roof that I wasn't happy with because I thought it looked kind of ugly. And I just do some basic landscaping, nothing too fancy or over the top. Just kind of make it look nice and kind of finish it off here. Also putting in that front entranceway and just putting in some plants and bushes. But anyway, there's going to be some screenshots coming up after this building portion, so you'll be able to see the final house. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you consider checking out my channel. There's plenty more house builds and other things like that on my channel. I'm also creating a world in The Sims 3 from scratch, and I have a whole series on that as well, so maybe you might be interested in checking that out. And if you like what you see on my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing. It really helps me out. And yeah, so basically just doing the final landscaping details here, just kind of going around the house here, putting in some plants, some bushes. I also put in my terrain paint, of course, that I always like to do to make it look nice and finished off. And I'm, of course, going to put in some landscape lighting to finish it off at the very end here. So putting in the terrain paint, as you can see. So just putting that around. And we're going to move on to, oh yeah, the trash can and mailbox. Always good to have those. And also the landscape lighting. So just kind of like the nice final touches here, putting lights by the doors And yeah, that pretty much concludes this house design video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time.